Right, well here's where we've got to with the graver body. I drilled this hole, my memory card ran out, so I'll probably skipped a bit here. But I drilled it in the wrong place. It was too far up, so the ball was completely covering it, so it wouldn't have been able to get out. So I remedied that by drilling out the cylinder a bit deeper so that it was in place and shortening the tool hole a bit. Not the end of the world, and it is only a prototype, but I've made the whole thing. I turned a little bit off of this main body and made the whole thing a bit shorter so it fits, I think, quite well in my hand now. Remains to be seen whether it works or not. There's a ball in there, but the springs haven't arrived yet, so if you can see that, that's about the movement on the ball. Springs haven't arrived yet, so there's not much more I can do with this. But the compressor that one, and the PSU, they've turned up. So this is a compressor I bought on eBay. It was only £6.60, so I don't hold out much hope for it. Right, well, if we get nothing else out of this video, you can safely say that this one's no good for making a graver, an engraving graver compressor. Can't really knock it, it was only £6.5. This is the box it comes in, so that's no good. I went to Matlin's today and bought this one. Now this one looks more spare bits in there, don't want them. Right, so this one is a completely different looking and feeling bit of gear. It's much heavier. It's got quite a lot of solid looking motor on this one. And this does look like the one Shaun Hughes uses in his video. So tidy them up. See about getting this one to bits. Find my screwdrivers. Similar sort of principle, but that's the cylinder on this one. Looks pretty much the same. It's got another like a butterfly valve here. This one's covered in grease or some sort of silicone. Must suck air in. I'm guessing some of it comes through somewhere through here to put air in. Anyway, I'll block that up. So I want to block this hole up, or just glue this over, and I'll just see what size that is, and I might just ram something in there to block that up. I'll measure it. .25 millimeters, so should be about 1/4 inch. I'll see what I've got this 1/4 inch. That's in there. That should stop any air coming out of that. Still a bit proud. I might just file that off quick, just get it flush, because I don't know whether it, in the top here there's obviously a little inlet for this screw, so that must come up quite tight to that, so I better file that off, I think. Alright, that's in there, that's the cylinder back on. I've got to figure out what I'm going to do with this. So butterfly valve. Right, and this is probably just crimped on here. Right, this is a lot better made than that other one. I'm just going to go and get some cutters over the other side of the workshop and just cut this crimp off. Right, yeah, so I cut that crimp and that's will come off. Then you have got a little push fit. Ooze it on there, which I should be able to stretch this. Yeah, that tube will go on there. Right, stick it back together then. I mean, in that video that Shaun Hughes does, he cuts all this off. There may be a reason for that, I don't know. I might have to cut that off again in a minute or something. But I'll give it a go without smashing the thing up too much, see what happens. Right, I'm going to cut this off, the 12 volt fag lighter plug. And now I'm going to put it on me I've got a little 12 volt motor on me milling machine, which gives it a power feed for the table, and that's variable. So while I'm still waiting for the other gubs to come from China, I'll connect it up to that. So I'll strip these and then go over there and connect it up to it. Right, just to put you in the picture, there's the pump. It's connected up to that little control unit there, which is a 12 volt supply. Normally supplies that motor on the end of the feed that just controls the table on me milling machine. It definitely works. Sounds like an altogether different kettle of fish, that, doesn't it? Right. Now I'll connect this tube up to it. It seems to work all right, very, very low pressure. I've got this little weak spring in at the moment. I'll go and get my springs that came today and see if I can find something better. Right, so that was another unsuccessful attempt at it. I've just had another look at the video Shaun Hughes did, and he takes the top bits out of this. And when he cuts this off, and drills a hole in the top, but he takes all this gubs out. Ah, right, there's another reed valve in there, you bastards. Alright, let's try that. I don't know if that's in there properly. Right, let's shoot over the other side and give it a go. Alright, there's the show so far. Oh. Shot my tool hole a bit out. Ah. The more powerful you put the pump on, the less it seems to do. Right, well, it appears to be working. Just don't feel that strong to me. I'll have to make a grave of it and try it out. Right, since I last videoed some of this, the stuff to control the motor has turned up. I did order this from Malaysia, waited over a month for it, but it never turned up, so I bought another one. It was only £3.85 from Malaysia, but it never turned up, so you get what you pay for, don't you? In that case I've got nothing. But I found somewhere online on eBay that was doing them in England, so this is it. This is what's turned up. So I'll open the packet and have a look at it. And here we have it. Got a little digital readout, an on-off button, and the speed control. Now I just turned the pressure gauge on this round, just tightened it up a bit more into the body, just get it out of the way and make this a bit flatter. And I took the front off. It's got this on-off switch on the front. It's just a couple of screws that hold that on the front. I've taken them off partly to be able to get to these. Zoom in a bit for you. Partly to be able to get to these holes, because with that plastic on there they were covered up, you couldn't get to them. and I had to wait for this to turn up. I couldn't remember whether they had on-off switches on them, but as it's got an on-off switch, I'm going to do away with this completely and bypass this on-off switch and connect this lot up. So I'm going to pull them off now and get a screwdriver. Right, so what we got is the actual power lead for the motor here, and that just comes through, it's knotted in there. So the power lead just comes through, goes onto the on-off switch, through the on-off switch into there, so you just got the live, well, the red wire anyway, going to the on-off switch. So I'm just going to cut them off a little way up here. Like I say, bypass this on-off switch, just join these up. Probably can't see this, can you? But it's just comes from the power to the on-off switch and then out of the on-off switch into the motor. And obviously that just comes straight from the power, the blue one, into the motor. So I'm just going to pull them off, pull this cable out, disconnect them here, and then carry on with it. Right, so I've just done away with this bit. I'll just cut these off because they're not on push fit fittings or anything, they're just soldered to the on-off switch. So I'm going to scrap that. So I just cut them off. I'm just going to twist them together for now just to try this out. I'll probably solder them up and shrink wrap them later, and then strip a bit of the ends of these cables. Now I don't know whether it matters which way round you go. I don't suppose it does, whether you get the positives and negatives which way round. It probably just might just reverse the motor, but I don't think that'll make any difference in this case. Pick my screwdriver up. So on this control unit that came, it couldn't really be simpler. You've got power and you've got motor. So we'll stick the motor in the motor. And this is the end of my power supply. A better fitting screwdriver. It's just a shame this took so long to come. Right, that's it. So It's got a little push button switch here. Can't really tell which way is off and which way is on. And just a little variable resistor for the speed. Right, so I've just connected the power supply up to the power and the motor up to the motor. Couldn't really be easier. These are pretty good things to work with, this little power supply and this little controller. You can see them. So I mean, that was pretty easy. Right, I'll just put some power on the power supply. Right, little on off switch. This is obviously the power button. I thought the on off switch might have illuminated when it's on or off, but don't appear to. But what does illuminate is the controller. All seems to be working pretty good. Right, I just connect up the hand piece quick. Right, I've got my handpiece connected up here. This is just going to be a quick demonstration, just because I want to. Works absolutely beautifully. Let me see if I can zoom in a bit. Now this is going to focus on here, or you'll be able to see it. This is just a bit of brass I've got. Cutting really nice. The camera's going to pick up the little curl it's making. Cutting really well. Right. So all that time waiting for that finally turned up and looks like it's a good one. While I've been waiting for that to turn up, I have made a box for it. And this is the box. So I'm going to mount all that in here, and then I'll show you it all screwed up in the box. Well, I'll just show you this bit. The knob comes off of the actual speed controller. That wouldn't be a problem when I cut the hole out for this. That would go through there no problem. And then drill a little hole for it for this to go through. You've got a nut on here to hold it on the board. But this needs to come out, so I'm presuming it's on a plug inside this. You just got a couple of little lugs there and there. You just need to push down and this back should pop off. Bit difficult to try and do this hand, let you see what I'm doing. There you go, yeah, that's off. Yeah, they're just on little plugs, little 2-wire one for that and a 3-wire one for that. So I need to pull that one out. Can't really muddle them up. Got a little heat sink in there. Well, I just thought I'd show you that anyway. I'm going to do the cutouts for them, and I took the top of my box off. Here's my box. I'm going to take the front off, take it over and do the cutting out. And I'll show you again when it's all assembled. I'm just going to screw the actual pump down and bring this tube out the side somewhere, or out the front. I'm not sure, probably out the front, probably be better. I'll show you when I've finished it. So here it is, the purple power graver. I'm very pleased with the way it's all turned out, and there's a very good reason why the box is purple, and that's because I had some purple paint. So let's see it going. Turn him on. Let me see if I can zoom in a bit and you can see some of the cuts it's making. Well, I don't know how well they'll come out on the film, but it's fantastic. Big hats off to Shaun Hughes. This wouldn't exist if it wasn't for him. I'm really pleased with this little graver handle. It's all just come out fantastic. Right, I expect my next video will be on engraving something. I'll show you something I can engrave when I've had a practice and a go at it. But I'm really looking forward to having a proper go at it. Thanks for watching, subscribe and all that as normal. Say you like it, say you don't. Leave comments. Cheers for now. And I'll see you again soon.